Go ahead, sir.
Okay, I'd like to now call the 7 o'clock November council meeting to order. Item number 1, acceptance of meeting minutes. Discussion and possible action and vote with regard to the acceptance of meeting minutes from the meeting of October 6, 2020. Do you have a motion to accept?
So
Move.
moved.
A motion's been made by Councilman Famagetti. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Bacala. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Proposed ordinances. Notice was given of a public hearing on this day whereby the town council would consider passage of the following proposed ordinances. Number 2, ordinance 20-007. An ordinance amending chapter 19, article 10, section 19-47A of the Code of Ordinances entitled Three-Way Stop Signs to provide for a three-way stop sign at the intersection of Sherwood Avenue and Laurie Drive. Do I have a motion to pass ordinance 20-007?
So moved.
Motion been made by Councilman Bacala. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Montone. Is there any questions? Any questions from the public, Ralph?
No questions.
All right, there being none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed, the ayes have it. Item number 3, ordinance 20-008, an ordinance amending chapter 19, article 10, section 19-30 of the Code of Ordinances entitled No Parking on Certain Streets Generally to provide for certain parking restrictions on Packard Avenue in the town of North Providence. Do I have a motion to pass ordinance 20-008?
So moved.
Motion been made by Councilman DiLorenzo. Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
Second by Councilman Martone. Any questions? Any questions from the public, Ralph?
No questions, sir.
Okay, there being none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Item number 4, selling of property on Charles Street, Plat 1, Lot 168. Mayor Lombardi requests discussion and possible vote on the sale of property located on Charles Street, Plat 1, Lot 168 to the town of North Providence Housing Authority. Mayor, are you on here?
I'm going to bring him in right now, sir.
Okay.
I don't know where he went. Hold on one second. I brought him in the meeting. Here he is. Go ahead, Mayor.
Can you hear me, Mr. President?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll try to get on in the meantime, but, so I'm sure you read about it, but as we have chatted prior to this, we approached the Housing Authority and asked them if they would be interested in the 18,000 square foot lot that abuts Caravilli Street and their property on Charles. So I guess they took it before their board and, you know, they approved the purchase. I will tell you this, we did go to Tom Andolfo, asked him to appraise the property. And the appraisal came in at $92,000. I just thought that it would be a good gesture, and it's only with your approval, we offer this property to the Housing Authority for $75,000. Again, their board approved this. Now, I guess their plans may be to expand their services, maybe put an addition on, maybe put additional units, but once they seek federal funding to address that. But again, the builders are right into the property abuts theirs, that's smart business. They agreed, and I'm just before you tonight, if you would approve the sale of that property for the $75,000. Now, while I'm at that, also to let you know, we are also appraising I want to say it's 4 other properties, just to see what the square footage is worth. We have a number of neighbors that have shown interest in the property at abuts the. And again, with your approval, I thought it was the right thing to offer those properties to the abutters prior to going out and, thinking about any additional building. I would rather that not happen, only because of the cost, that it would, the town would be faced with, especially education. As you know, every new single-family home that's built in our town, gentlemen, usually it's 2.5 children per household, let's say only 2. Get a new home in town, we're in the minus because probably costs around $15,000 for education. There's no homes that are paying $15,000 in taxes. So the people that I've approached already that abut these properties are very, very happy that we're offering it to them. And we'll be coming back before you again as, these neighbors make a decision for the purchase once the value is also by a reputable appraiser. So that being said, Mr. Chairman, members of the council, hopefully you will approve this. As you know, we purchased all of this property for only $200,000. So this is a pretty good chunk to come in as a first, how can I say, I don't know, I say payoff, but return. And I think we're going to be just fine, as I stated in the past. We'll build that new playground, own the properties, and still have additional property that will be available for years to come, so to say.
Okay, does anybody have any questions for the mayor? Councilman DiLorenzo?
Thank you, Nino. I'd like to make a motion that we accept that amount of money from the Housing Authority for that parcel of land.
Okay, a motion's been made by Councilman DiLorenzo. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Giusti. Any questions on the matter?
Yes, Mr. President.
Councilman?
Sure. Thank you, Mayor. This is something obviously that's been in the works for a while, and certainly we thank you down in District 2 for following through with the National Grid properties. The mayor had made us aware that as a part of a way to offset the purchase price, he'd like to sell some of those properties to abutters as well as the housing authority, which is a great idea. My only concern, and I don't speak for anyone else, but other than the neighbors, is Mayor, if you can answer this question, or maybe this is a question for Attorney Welch, I'm not sure. But before the housing authority actually utilizes that land, do they need to come back before us to voice their intentions with how they're going to use it? Or once it's sold, do they have the ability to just build and use it for whatever purpose they see?
Well, I would think that, the zoning on that is business zone. This is my opinion. I'm not an attorney, but as you said, maybe Mark can answer it. I don't think they have to come back to us unless they're going to change the use of the property. Maybe if you feel as though they should come back to the town for any additional use on the property for permission, so to say, then that's your call. But again, they're not buying this property based on some of the board members and the director there to do anything other than what they're doing there right now.
Yeah, I think my concern is just knowing a little bit about public housing is there's different levels of who they can offer the housing to. And I would like to see it be used for the elderly because I know there's a need and there's a waiting list. And I would assume that my colleagues on the council would probably feel the same considering the elderly population.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Mayor.
Oh, so, and that you make a good point, but I will tell you this, that based on the federal guidelines, they have some strict rules as far as not allowing people, but for you to seek residence there. I mean, you got to fill out the application, the date is put on your application so that there is no, political involvement, so to say, as there was for
None whatsoever.
Yeah, no.
as there was for years, 30 years ago. So I don't think you have to worry about, who's going to be moving in. Now, if the housing authority, and this could, and I can't answer this would have to go before their board and also the strict, guidelines. They're going to want to put additional senior housing there. I mean, that's a call that they would have to make, but whether it be for, the use that is at that site now or additional housing for seniors, to me, that's basically the same, so to say. But again, if you want permission or to give them permission in the future for the use of that property, then that's your call. I don't think it's necessary, but all I care about right now is the funding and to get that $200,000 back in our coffers as soon as possible.
Absolutely. Well, I know that Councilman DiLorenzo made the original motion, and certainly I can't change his motion, but I would, ask for the temperature of the council to just ask that perhaps the housing authority, once they're ready to build, either come back before us, not necessarily ask permission, just advise us what their intentions are with the land, or even to do so in writing. I don't necessarily think we need to them per se, but.
If I may, Kenny, what's your concern that they're going to put some low-income housing there, or what's your concern?
So my concern is, again, with some rudimentary knowledge of federal funding and what the purview is and the regulations are, is that different qualifications, how do I put this? I'm just trying to be gentle with how I put this, because
Yeah, so I got it.
There's a very strict guideline as how the waiting list works. But there is some federal laws that dictate that in some instances, people with disabilities will get priority over seniors. In some instances, the opposite occurs. And I would hope to see that it would be mostly seniors, just because I know there's a very, very.
Okay, maybe I can put your mind at ease a little bit.
Sure.
I hope, listen, I was on the Housing Authority for 19 years. I know a little bit about it. I think you know that. So you have to understand, even though it's called the North Providence Housing Authority, it's really the North Providence Housing for the Elderly is really what it is. So if they're going to build anything there, I don't know if they're going to build anything there. It has to be for the elderly. That's number one. The income, listen, there's no one in the Housing Authority that has a high level income. They're all low level income people anyway.
Of course.
They're all, they got pensions and so on and so forth. There's no one there with a lot of money, because naturally it's subsidized on the rent. So it's to get a if you're asking about like a Section 8 or something like that, that doesn't go there. It's for the elderly. If it eases your mind a little bit, just to.
So if I could just help out with that, Ken, I know that when this property was offered to them, I know that they talk with the federal people because it is federal dollars. So I'm sure that they had to get permission to utilize these monies to purchase this property with a plan. Now, I'm also sure that if their plan wasn't acceptable to the federal government, then they would have told them, no, you can't use that money to purchase the property. In other words, you want to use this money to purchase a property, what are you going to do that? And basically, that's what I've been told. But again, this is up to you.
Yeah. No, again, I know there's a need, and Councilman Lorenzo, I appreciate the explanation. I just know there's been issues in the past at some of the other facilities that fall under the same purview, and it has to do with, again, some of the element that's brought in. And just because that's on a main road and it so closely abuts a residential neighborhood across the street, it's a concern. But if you all feel as though, with the oversight of the federal government and everything else, that.
Well, let me give you.
Steve, just 1 second. I don't want to lose my train of thought. I think that, and I agree with you, by the way, when you get down into some of those high rises down in Centerdale, they have a headache. We got some problems there, but that's a different operation.
Yes.
Those are owned by companies, so to say. They're for not personal, that's a business.
They're for profit.
Right. That's a business to those people, not the North Providence Housing Authority. So I just want to be careful that, we don't, how can I say, we got a board, by the way, that you appoint, and that might almost be like, insulting their intelligence of the time that they spend. No, kidding aside.
Yeah, no, I get it.
They do a great job, by the way. So I just.
Well,
My chest.
Mayor, with that explanation and the explanation from Councilman Di Lorenzo, especially with regards to the for-profit versus non-profit nature of the different facilities, I'm fine with it. I don't need any caveats, but I just wanted to voice those concerns because some of the neighbors did reach out to me.
Can I just say one thing? I'm assuming there's going to be a long list of people waiting in North Providence.
Well, I'll tell you what, currently right now, Ronnie, that's a great question. Currently right now, it's probably a 3-year waiting period for someone to get into the housing authority.
Yes, there is.
And there's a couple of reasons for that. One is there's not enough. Two, when someone goes in, they never leave.
Yeah,
Because it's so cheap and it's cheap and it's subsidized. But to get back to Kenny's point, Kenny, you know, the mayor was right. You got to realize that, you know, Centerdale and Middle Spring Gardens, those places are for profit. This is not. If it eases your mind a little bit, this is not for profit.
This is mine.
It absolutely does.
So Centerdale Manor is separate than.
Centerdale Manor and the one behind it,
Brook Village.
Brook Village and Centerdale Manor, they're for-profit
I didn't know,
operations.
Yeah,
What about
Middle Spring Gardens is a for-profit
And by the way,
operation.
Maple 1 and Maple 2 are, and Springville are in the back there. They all are.
That's
Spring
correct.
Villa is what I was thinking of.
And
Right.
those places, by the way, Ken, I'm ashamed to tell you, they've become a little bit of a headache.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all hear the same story.
Assume, we can get over this, but can I assume, even though they're for profit, they still get federal money to put people in those
They do.
buildings?
They get
But
do.
different reasons, different
But
reasons.
I got you. It could be mental issues. It could be different things.
Exactly.
I got you. All right, just
Right.
clear my mind.
Ronnie,
So, yeah,
Ronnie.
the housing authority is totally separate. I got you.
Yeah,
Ronnie.
I'm a little
you
still
could-
new, so I got to ask simple questions.
That's okay. Ronnie, you can go into Middle Spring Gardens at the age of 30 years old if you're subsidized. You can't do that with the housing authority.
Okay. All
You
right.
have to
I'm-
be, that's why I
I'm-
said it's housing for the elderly.
okay, I'm
So
good with it.
You gotta be of a certain age.
I got
Mr.
you.
President.
Answer my questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mr. President, could we have the executive director or whatever their title is, could we have them come in? Maybe not next month. I know next month is it's December, but at some point in the next few months, just to kind of give us an overview of what they do. I'd love to learn more about it. I don't have a good handle on exactly how it works, and separate from this particular thing, could we maybe have Mary Ann reach out to them and see if they could come to one of our meetings just to kind of give us a little bit of an overview?
Great idea, Mario.
Yeah. You want, all right, let's take the first motion that's been made by Councilman Di Lorenzo for the purchase and seconded by Councilman Juicy. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. And Councilman Martone, if you want to put that in the form of a motion.
Yeah, sure. I'd make a motion to have our clerk send a letter to, again, I'm not sure what their title is, but the executive director or whoever's in charge of the housing authority to come at their convenience. Again, it doesn't have to be a rush, but to one of our meetings, just to provide us with an overview of what they do, who takes priority, just so that we can kind of better familiarize ourselves. I know, and again, if everybody's good with it, that's fine. I know I have very little knowledge with regard to how it works, so I'd love to learn more.
What do, Mario?
And any questions you guys have about that, I can answer them, I'm sure. So let me know if I can help you.
Okay. A motion's been made by Councilman Martone. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Bacala. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Miss-
The ayes have it.
Mr. President, what was that amount of the purchase? I'm sorry,
75,000.
75K. Okay, thank you.
All right, Ralph, I have a question. Are you only letting people in the room that are for the agenda item? Because I have members of the public texting me on my phone saying they can't get into the meeting.
There are 7 attendees right now in the meeting. They're not going to be seen in the meeting nor heard in the meeting unless we let them in. So they only see what you're seeing. So
So
if
they
they're
raise their
saying they're
hand?
not in, are they able to view the meeting? Can they see the meeting? They just can't in it. In other words, they won't be able to see themselves anymore.
So if they want to ask a
They're all
question,
set. They're all
They
set. Okay. Okay. We're all set.
Yeah, the way it works, Council President, is just when you call upon somebody, if I see, like, if you call upon them, they can't let themselves in anymore. I have to let them in.
Okay. I just I'm trying to take notes, listen, and Run the meeting. I didn't see, they just texted me that they're all set. Thank you.
Okay.
Item number 5, no parking on north side of Charlotte Street. Mayor Lombardi requests discussion and possible vote on no parking 200 west on the north side of Charlotte Street. Mayor.
Yes, there have been a number of issues on Charlotte Street with the repair shop at the corner of Charlotte and Charles. The neighbors there are very annoyed. I've been there a couple of times. The last time I was there was maybe a week and a half ago, speeding up and down the street. Happened to go there, a couple of neighbors that called me a few times, and I said, you can't call me on a Saturday if you're having a problem. You had a problem on Tuesday night. You got to call us when it's happening. So just so happened I was just in the area about a week and a half ago. I went there. It was not good. There's a little garage that's being rented in the back. The gas station out in the front, closed down gas station, repair shop. Appears as though when the owner leaves, the place just goes sideways. So I received enough of calls concerning this, spoke with the owner on the phone while I was there, because there was someone else, running the operation, and just told them, hey, look, we're gonna do one thing at a time here. So the suggestion has been that when you come up Charlotte Street on the right side, first 200 feet before the road goes back on an angle over to Herder Street, there'd be no parking. There were 4 cars parked, 2 left wheel to the curb, 3 of them were not registered. I did work along with the guy because, hey, listen, we don't want to close the business. Allowed him to move those cars that weren't registered, and 2 of them had the wrong plates on them, by the way, and told them that, look, we're not going to allow this. So I think this may be the first step to get their attention there, and also let them know that, we're not going to allow those people on Charlotte Street to have to live and put up with this nonsense. I will say this to you, it's been pretty good in the last week. And down there a number of times, talked to a few of the neighbors. But I still think that that side of the street needs to have no parking. So when the people come down that live there, come up the street, they're not going to be, harassed with the nonsense of the unnecessary parking. So,
I got a question, Mayor.
yes,
So is there housing in that 200 feet?
no.
No houses.
No, that first 200 feet, Manny, is the closed down police storefront. And then the other, I want to say 125 feet is all property that abuts the grid property that they chose not to sell to us.
Okay, all right.
So it doesn't really, in talking with the neighbors, it doesn't really hinder any of their parking. And I just thought that now we can show them we're trying to make an honest effort to address the situation there.
Okay, is there any other questions for the mayor on this?
No.
Okay, do I have a motion to create the no parking, move that to the ordinance committee to create an ordinance for no parking on the north side of Charlotte Street?
So moved.
Okay, a motion's been made by Councilman Bacall. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Famagetti. Any questions? Any questions from the public, Ralph?
No hand raised from the public.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Item number 6, Town Planner Land Trust.
Mr. Chairman, just one question. When will that ordinance committee be meeting again?
Mayor, I have to set the meeting, but I'll definitely let you know. I've been dealing with that garage over there too for some time, and they're definitely hot and cold, but I think this is going to be a good step in the right direction. But I'll let you know for sure when that meeting will be scheduled.
The only reason why, and again, that's your call, just to, anyone calls will be able to say, hey, look, within the next month, we should be addressing this. The next couple of weeks, we should be addressing.
Yeah,
Just keep that in mind.
definitely in the next couple of weeks. So if anybody asks, Mayor.
Thank you.
Item number 6, Town Planner Land Trust. Mayor Lombardi wishes to appoint the town planner Brent Wagon to the land trust to replace the recently deceased David Westcott. Board appointments are item number 17 on this agenda. Mayor, did you want to?
Well, you can just put it off till item 17, Mr. Chairman. That's up to you. But
Yeah,
if you could just add his name in on those appointments, to the board.
Mayor, can you make a note of that?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Okay, item number 7, Utica and Martin Street abandonment petition continuance. Town council to consider the approval of a petition to abandon Utica and Martin Street submitted by 1601 Mineral Spring Ave LLC. The petition was advertised on July 10, July 17, and July 24, 2020, and was continued to this date. I received a communication from the attorney on this matter. I'm going to read it into the record. It was actually sent to Attorney Welch. Dear Attorney Welch, please be advised that I am working with Attorney John Sakachi, who is attorney of record for the applicant in the above referenced matter. The legal representative for the LLC, Mr. Greco, is unable to attend tonight's council meeting due to the fact he is traveling back to Rhode Island and has been delayed. Based on this, I respectfully request that matter be continued to the next town council regular meeting. Respectfully, Mary B. Sakachi, attorney at law. Okay, do I have a motion to continue this to the December council meeting?
So moved.
Motion's been made by Councilman DiLorenzo. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Matone. Any questions? Any questions from the public?
No hand raised.
Okay, there being none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Item number 8, Camp Nowhere. Camp Nowhere extension of outdoor hours review of extension of outdoor hours for Camp Nowhere that was approved at October 6, 2020, regular town council meeting. Is there anyone here from Camp Nowhere?
Yep, hold on one second. I'm gonna let him in.
Can I ask a question? Did we miss number 6?
We're going to take that up at number 17
All right,
with the board appointments.
okay. Thought I was losing it for a minute.
You know how to count, Ron.
I'm trying to read it, I'm like counting.
Is there any questions for the people from Camp Nowhere? Mayor, I know when we did the outdoor dining and liquor license reviews, you said there's been no police reports or complaints to the office.
No, there has not.
Okay, does any council members have any questions? Okay, there being none, can we have a motion to just continue this?
I just, 1 second, this is obviously, there's been nothing wrong with this. I think Mario put this on for review, but this ends this December. When does this end? For the outdoor, this is for the patio? I mean, for the.
Correct, the outdoor patio. We're currently obviously not using it now since it's freezing cold.
I got you, okay, all right.
Okay, any other questions?
Okay, but this is for the fenced-in area, not the corral.
Not the original, correct?
Not the original part, it's just the other part, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So is it gonna be over December 1st for the like pandemic expansion?
Well,
That's when it's set to expire, unless we extend it.
I guess kind of what we were
Last
asking
year.
is we have, we ordered a couple of those igloos. I'm not sure if we can use them in Johnston or North Providence, depending on where we have space, but we could potentially put up the fire retardant.
well, they do have an outdoor license, Mr. President, separate and apart from the exception that we made because of COVID. They have an outdoor license normally. They're one of the 5.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
I think this is
Yeah.
for the extension of the other side,
Right.
correct? Okay.
This is for a 1 o'clock license on the extension, the fenced-in area. So I have a question on the igloo because I know little about it. How do you heat those?
Electric heat.
It's electric?
Here, that's 5 feet away from the actual, I guess the unit is 5 feet away from the actual igloo.
Yeah. It's like ducting. It's ducted in. They're approved by the fire department.
The fire department, we worked with them to even pick out the specific, super back ordered because everyone's ordering them. I honestly don't even know if we're gonna get them ever.
Okay, any other questions?
Mr. President, I guess I would ask that Councilman Familetti take this matter up. Not necessarily this specific matter, but whether we're going to extend the December 1st deadline I don't know if we should take it up in ordinances or if we should take it back up at the next meeting of the council, but I don't want to put businesses in a situation where, we got to let them be able to plan a little bit. It doesn't look like these restrictions, particularly for restaurants, are going to be ending anytime soon. I know the governor's going to be speaking tomorrow, and considering what Massachusetts did, and Rhode Island's numbers don't appear to be much better, that I got a feeling that the restrictions may get worse for these businesses. So, I certainly would be open to, if they can, and I know the weather is going to become problematic, but if they can utilize the outside areas, for their establishments. So again, I'm not sure if we should take that up at just the next council meeting, or if we should take that up in ordinances first. We have to change. We might have to change that the ordinances that was passed, right?
That's correct. You might want to refer it to ordinance and also ask the clerk to put this item on the December agenda as well for a vote.
Okay, so I guess we can deal with that after we deal with this particular agenda item.
Okay. Is there any other questions out for Camp Nowhere while they're here?
No.
That's it. Okay.
I have
Mark,
a question.
Mark, could I be taking a vote on anything?
I would.
Refer this to ordinance.
First of all, Camp Nowhere is here for review, so they can pass off the calendar.
Yeah.
There's no issues. And then you might want to just make a motion to refer the temporary outdoor dining ordinance back to the ordinance committee, and simultaneously ask the clerk to put that item on the December calendar to potentially extend it.
President?
Yeah.
I guess, February and March, the weather could break. It'd be tough, and we'd lose a lot of time to have to come back out if the restrictions for indoor for restaurants are still this tight, to be able to get that expansion again. Because we've been trying to get approved to go from 11 to 1. It was 3 months, and then we finally got it. We were only able to use it twice because of the weather. It just would be really tough for restaurants, I think, especially for us. And any other restaurant that has the outdoor expansion, come March, we go on the agenda, then it goes to April, and then you don't get it till May, you lose valuable time. And a lot of these restaurants aren't even going to make it, especially depending on what happens tomorrow.
It's gonna be a long winter for everybody, is all we're saying.
Yeah.
Nice to
So
have
any
that.
help that we can get, if we could have one igloo in there, or even if you get a couple nice days and we get a few customers, it keeps people employed, and the restaurant open.
Okay. Any other questions?
So we have a motion on the table?
Oh, I didn't make it. I can't make it. All I said was what it should be is to refer
Oh,
to
okay.
ordinance.
You want to make that motion?
I'll make that motion.
All right. Okay, motion's been made by Councilman Martone. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Amorigi. Any further questions? Any questions from the public?
No hand raised.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Item number 9, Class F liquor license. Town council to consider a vote for the approval of a Class F license for Trombetti Hospitality LLC for November 8, 2020 at Me and Overlook. Is anyone here from Trombetti Hospitality?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna let him in now. Go ahead, Mr. President.
Okay, can you just state your name for the record?
Nicole Trombetti, owner of Trombetti Hospitality.
Okay, you want to just explain what you're doing?
November 8th, I have a client who would like to have beer and wine at the establishment of Meehan Overlook. It would be an open bar, no cash sale of alcohol, and I'm just looking to pour safely and legally.
Okay, does anybody have any questions for Ms. Trombetti?
Yeah, I have a question, Mr. President.
Yep.
I think we dealt with this the last time, but do you serve the liquor, or do you have another company serve the liquor? And I assume everybody's tip certified, right?
Correct. Yes, we would serve. On this specific date, it would be me personally.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? We have a motion to approve the Class F liquor license.
So move.
Motion's been made by Councilman Juicy. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Di Lorenzo. Any questions from the public?
No hand raised.
There being none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Item number 10, release of bond. Received communication from Town Planner Brett Wigan to release bond for Country View Holdings LLC for Azar Court. Is Mr. Wigan on the Zoom meeting?
You're looking for Brent Wagon, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Here he is. 1 second. Go ahead, Mr.
Hello.
President.
Go ahead.
How you doing? So, this is a vote to release the bond, a surety bond for the paving that was done on Azar Court.
Okay, does
So,
anybody have any questions on this?
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
Mr.
Okay, do I
Chairman,
have a motion to release the bond for Azar Court?
Mr. Chairman,
Go ahead, Mayor.
yeah, just to bring you up to date on this, and this was long before Brent came here. So that Azar Court is up off Charles Street. And at the time, we had to go in, the developer dropped the ball on us at the time, and good thing we had the bond. So we went in and had our paver pave the road. So we've held this bond for quite some time, but there is a balance that's due back to the developer that put the bond up. So we rightfully owe this back to that person. But this has been held for quite some time, to be honest with you, probably a good maybe 7, 8 years, maybe longer. But it's due back to him. So, and we have the money in our coffers for it because we've been holding it. We paved the road, we paid for it, and this is the balance.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, do I have a motion to approve the release of the bond?
So
So
moved.
move.
Motion been made by Councilman Martone, seconded by Councilman Juicy. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Item number 11, parking issues on Wanda Court. Council President Audiello requests discussion and possible vote regarding parking issues on Wanda Court. I'd like to entertain a motion to send this to the ordinance committee for a resident-only parking on Wanda Court.
So move.
Motion been made by Councilman Juicy. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Martone. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Item number 12, trash pickup at St. James Condo Complex. Council President Audiello requests discussion and possible vote regarding trash pickup at St. James Condo Complex. I keep receiving emails from a woman regarding the trash pickup at St. James, the condo complex. She keeps saying that the schedule's inconsistent. They're leaving trash bins all over the place. She actually sent me another email tonight before the meeting. So they once again, they're not adhering to the schedule. It causes the trash containers to be everywhere. I just wanted to bring that to the attention of the mayor. Maybe we could reach out and see what the story is with St. James. I've never received any complaints from anyone else in there. I've asked about it. It's from a specific person. Have you heard anything about it?
We haven't, but I will tell you this, tomorrow we'll call Mr. Mother there at MTG, been very, very accommodating to us, and ask exactly what's going on, and we'll report back to you, Dino, to let you know what's happening there. And
All right, I appreciate that.
some instances, I will tell you this, that we've received is that when the trash, vehicle, goes to some of these complexes, there's a parking issue. And we've reached out, make sure the area is open so they could get in and get out. The other question is, we also check to see if the trash is being picked up in a timely manner, or do they need an additional pickup per week? We don't know that, but we'll find this out and see exactly what's going on. I'll get back to you.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Council President, are these the single condo units, the brick ones, or the white units?
You know what, Rana? I'm assuming it's the brick ones.
St. James are the brick,
Just,
St. James are the brick ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right, so they're individual, okay, so they have the regular trash bins, okay.
We'll let you know.
I
What's
got you.
that?
We'll let the, both the councilmen in that area know also what's going on.
Okay. Item number 13, Summer Festival. Councilman DiLorenzo requests discussion and possible vote on forming a committee to review the possibility of having a summer festival on Smith Street in Centerdale. Councilman.
Thank you, Council President. Pretty self-explanatory what I like to do sometime during the summer or whenever it's possible to do is close down part of Centerdale for a festival. We're going to have some local businesses there, some local food shops there, food trucks, a very small version of what you see up at Federal Hill. So what I'm looking to do is set up a commission to talk about it and get the cost of it, logistics. There's an awful lot to do about it. One of the things that I found out just the other day talking to Chief Forster was that Smith Street is a state road, so we have to get some state approval in order to do it. I've also talked to the police department, Lieutenant Tabarozzi, talked to the fire department, Chief John Hearn. They're on board on being in and on the commission to do it. But we have to look at the costs. Naturally, it's very important that we look at that. But I think it's a great thing if we can get some of our local businesses to do a little extra business in our town and promote our town a little bit. So I'd like to have your support on it. And I'd like to see if any of you guys would like to be on the commission, because I'm sure we can use your help.
Steve, you're looking at like a weekend thing or just a?
Yes, yeah, Saturday, Sunday. I think if we can shut down from where Centerdale Revival goes up until the new roundabout that's going on right now, we can shut that down. And I keep on thinking, get the flagpoles and dress them up. And can you just picture Ron Giorgio, Steve Anthony, Steve Palumbo on town hall steps singing to 200, 300, 400 people. I just think it's great for the town. It's just it's a very positive thing, I think. So saying that, I'd like to make a motion that we were able to form a committee and start a committee.
Second.
Okay, a motion's been made by Councilman DiLorenzo, seconded by Councilman Matone. Is there any questions?
Mr. President, Steve, you can mark me down. I'm happy to be part of that.
Thank you, Mario. I appreciate that very much.
You can mark me down.
Thank you, Ronnie. I was looking to get about 8, 10, maybe 12 people on a committee. Like I said, you need police, you need fire, we need administratively, we need someone. I know Chief Foster's willing to help if he can. Naturally, the mayor, because the mayor, we have to look at the cost of it too. Very important that we do that, because there's people who are going to be working, police and fire. So there's a cost to it. But I think it'd be a great thing for the town, and I think it'll make us look really good.
Steve.
Yeah.
Steve, not me, but my wife, she's listening to this, so
yeah,
she wants to help you.
Isn't that great? My wife is behind me right now saying the same thing. I want to help too. So isn't that great?
Please let her help you.
Yes.
She also comes with some, Steve, she also comes with some funding. You're good.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think so.
Special donation.
But thank you, Mrs. Lombardi. I really appreciate that. And thank you, Mayor, and thank you guys for getting on board with it. I think it'll be a great thing for this town.
Oh, man.
And you know what? It's going to help the businesses, and that's important.
Great move.
Okay, guys, I have to hop on a conference call for work. Manny.
Wait, I'm sorry. I made a motion. Did Mario seconded? Okay.
Mario seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Manny, can you just do the last couple items? I got to hop on this call.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Number 14, parking issues on Pearl Ave. Councilman Marigi requests discussion and possible vote on parking issues on Pearl Ave.
Thank you, Councilman Giusti. I'd just like to make a motion to refer this to the ordinance committee to look into the issue. In short, I probably should have started with this, but probably, I don't even know that it would need legislative action. It might be more of an enforcement issue of people parking up to the corners on a regular basis, which is by law obviously already not allowed. But just to look into it and be thorough about it, I'd just like to, like I said, make a motion to refer this to the ordinance committee for further investigation.
Okay. We have a motion to send this to the ordinance committee. Do we have a second?
Second.
Mr. President,
Second by Famiglietti. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Mr. President,
Yes,
so just let us know their exact location. If in fact, they're not parking to the corner within the law, then, we could just have the police, periodically check that area. You can send us to the ordinance committee also. But I mean, if the law says you're gonna be 20 feet from the corner, that's it.
Yeah.
We're to make sure that we enforce that. So just.
Yeah, Mayor, I actually have some photographs. I'll send them along, and you can actually see the house numbers in some of them. So if you want to, I'll send them to your office, and if you want to send somebody else.
By the way, just so you know, on that street, we have received a couple of complaints. There's one particular van that parks there that's, creating an issue, but it's within the GVW that truck could park there, but it's creating an issue. So we're trying to figure out how we can address it. And I just think maybe I'll go visit the gentleman and say it's creating a problem now. It's a business truck. So we're trying to address that too, in case you get that.
All right,
is there a problem like within 20 feet of the corner?
I would defer to Councilman Amorigi on that, Manny. I'm not sure, but if there
Any-
is, then the.
Councilman, that is part of the issue. There's a couple issues.
Because we can have, you can just call DPW up tomorrow and have them put up no parking here at the corner, 20 feet from the corner.
Yeah, and that's why we'll refer to ordinance, may not even need to be addressed there. And like I said, I'll send the administration some of the photos. I think what's happening is what happens in almost all of these neighborhoods is the houses or the amount of people in houses are outgrowing the driveways. And so people are parking on the streets, and they by default, they're going right up to the stop signs. But we'll take a look at it and we'll get it fixed.
Okay. Okay, item number 15, ordinance introduction. Discussion and possible vote to introduce an ordinance amending certain sections of Chapter 4 of the North Providence Code of Ordinances related to dogs, restraints, leashes, and penalties. Who,
To advertise this
I
for
think
a
it-
public hearing?
Yeah, I think the motion is to be made to advertise for public hearing for December meeting.
I'll make
Yeah,
the
mo-
motion to advertise for public hearing for December.
Second.
who is that? Ron,
Stefano and
Councilman
Mario.
Famiglietti.
okay.
Is there a second?
Do I have a second?
Second.
Martone.
Big deal. You got that, Mayor?
I got
Okay.
that. Thank you.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Okay, number 16, resignation letters. Received letter of resignation to be accepted with regret from Nancy G. Scababian from the North Providence Planning Board and Marilyn Wolanska from the North Providence Land Trust.
Make a motion to accept both letters of recommendation.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Okay. Number 17, board appointments, town council discussion and possible vote with regard to appointments to be made to the following boards. Board of Libraries, Public Libraries, see letter.
There's a letter
Got a
from
letter here,
Rebecca Chanel.
Let me get my letter here.
That is looking to serve on the board.
Councilman Juicy, I'll make a motion to appoint Ms. Schnell to the board.
I'll second that motion.
She's looking to go to the Board of Trustees. Oh, yeah, all
Yeah,
right.
that's the library, yes.
Yeah, all right. I gotta read this into the record. This is a letter. I am writing this letter to express my interest in the position opening on the Board of Trustees for the North Providence Union Free Library. I have lived in North Providence for approximately 29 years, where I received my first job working at the library through a summer program. Shortly after the program ended, I became an active volunteer until a part-time position became available in the Youth Services Department, where I worked for 8 more years until I received a full-time position at my current profession, acquisition at the Cranston Public Library Central Branch. In my experience, I know that libraries are an essential part of our community as we offer so many valuable resources to our patrons. The North Providence Union Free Library has a welcoming atmosphere with an incredibly friendly staff and provides tools and information to service the needs of our patrons, and I would be honored to participate in the role that helps benefit a vital asset to our community. I appreciate and thank you for your time in reading this letter and considering me as a candidate for the Board of Trustees position. Do I have a motion?
Mr. Chairman,
Motion's already on the table and seconded.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead, Mayor.
so I would, this young lady comes from a great library, that being in Cranston. Now, as you know, the new director there, who's doing an exceptional job, also worked at that Cranston library. We both live in town. I think she'll be a great asset to the operations there. And I will tell you that things are going phenomenally well there.
Okay, do I have a motion to appoint?
Motion's been made and seconded, Councilman.
Yes.
Mayor.
Okay.
Yes.
All
Mayor.
Need a
in
vote.
favor?
Aye.
All right,
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Mayor,
Yes.
how long has it been now since the library's been part of the town, like the senior center now? How long has it been?
It's
2 years?
A couple of years, yeah.
Yeah.
How much, but I will tell you this, the new director, the young lady, she worked at the library as a, young woman, and she went to Cranston for quite a few years. And I will tell you this, the dynamics there, and everyone's positive. She's doing a great job, and I'm sure that she probably encouraged this young lady, Snell, to apply to be on the board for maybe some support. And I think it's great.
Okay, next thing is appointment to the land trust. I have a letter here from Ken Scotty. I am Ken Scotty. I am interested in filling one of the positions on the land trust, switching from the adversary board to a voting position. As someone who has been town resident for 22 years, and also my office is located in North Providence, I hope I can be considered for this new position. Thank you, and I hope to hear from you soon. Yours in confidence, Ken Scotty.
Okay, Mr. President, that's for District 1. He would be replacing Teresa Mergener.
Okay. So,
Need to make a motion to accept it?
Yes, yes.
I make a motion to accept Mr. Scotty.
all right, do I have a second?
Second.
Second.
Mario, I got you, Councilman Mott.
All in favor?
Thank you.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Okay, and then the Brent Wagon, Mr. President, was the mayor's pick to replace David Westcott, and that is the mayoral appointment. So we can vote on that one now.
Okay.
From previous agenda.
Yeah. No, from the, yeah.
I mean the previous item on the agenda.
Item number 6, right?
Yes.
Yeah, item number 6.
So we just need a vote.
So I need a motion to appoint Mr. Wagon.
I make a motion to appoint Mr. Wagon.
Who made that motion? Ron, you made
I'll
it?
make a motion, yeah.
Okay, who seconded it?
I did, second.
Okay. Steve seconded it. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Okay.
I'm not sure if we have anyone from District 3, but we need someone from District 3, and we will need an advisory board appointment. If they don't have them now, I can continue these.
You guys have anybody?
We're working on it, I think.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, we are, yeah.
I'll continue.
Okay,
Yeah,
number 18.
Mary Ann, do you need for us to do anything to continue that one? No?
Nope, I'll just continue them on. That's
Okay.
fine.
Thank you.
Number 18. Claims submitted. Town council discussion and possible vote with regard to claim received from the following: Teresa and Roger Dalamba by attorney Catherine E. Cohn, 1 Financial Plaza, Suite 2600, Providence, Rhode Island, 02903. We have a motion to send this to the claims committee.
So moved.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. All right, claims committee report. I'm gonna make a motion that we accept it as submitted. Unless there's any questions.
So moved.
All right,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Number 20, finance committee report. Town council discussion and action with regard to the ordinance committee report to be presented by Councilman Amorisi.
That's supposed to say finance. I'm sorry. That's an error.
I know.
Finance committee report.
Yeah,
Go
it
on.
should have said regard to the finance committee report.
Councilman Amorigi?
Yeah,
You're muted, Kenny.
Kenny.
Yes, I'm back. Sorry. Thank you, Mr. President. So you all should have received a typewritten committee report late this afternoon, probably around 4 p.m. or so. You can read it yourself, so I'm not going to go over every point. But with regards to the abatements that were requested, we voted to approve them all, or recommend that they all be approved by the full council. With regards to the item, with regards to the recycling bins, it came to my attention the day of the meeting that the mayor had encouraged the DPW recycling department to provide them at no cost to those who requested them. And thank you, Mayor. I've heard that this is going extremely well so far. So we as a committee had decided that we will just monitor the amount of requests and the financial impact on the town. And we made a motion to continue the matter to the next finance committee meeting. And then the final, I'm sorry, there's two other issues. One was the e-recordings, which is being requested by our clerk's office. We did we had a Carol Aquilante there, who's the town clerk for Smithfield, also a consultant on this project for the town of North Providence. She was very informative. She did leave us, we had one question for her in particular, which was with regards to if any other companies are providing the same or similar services in Rhode Island. It appears that they're not, and it's been recommended to us just recently in the last couple of days that the town council take some action so that we can continue implementing the recording process through the clerk's office. And then the final thing was we looked into the viability of informational mailings, both town-wide and targeted when there's neighborhood specific issues. So I do have a few motions that I would like to make in turn. The first motion is I'd like to make a motion that the town council accepts or approve all of the abatements over $1,000.
Second.
Wait, let me ask you a question on that.
Yes.
In other words, not come to the finance committee anymore.
Yeah, they
What's that?
went to.
It did go to the finance committee.
Oh.
The abatement's over 1,000.
Oh, all right, okay, all right. You're talking about past.
Yes. Ones that he already addressed in the committee.
Right, all right. Okay, I got a motion to accept all abatements over $1,000. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. All
Gotcha.
in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? You guys have it.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Councilman Giusti, the second motion is that the town council approve the entering the contract so that the town clerk's office can implement and begin the e-recordings as discussed in the memo received at last month's town council meeting.
And put that in a form of a motion.
That was a motion.
All right. Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Di Lorenzo. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. What
Thank
else?
you. Number three, Councilman Giusti, is, well, actually with the recycling, we just continued that. So the last motion is, we're making a motion, or I'm making a motion that with regards to informational mailings, that the town council continue this matter to the year 2021 to investigate introducing a line item in the town council budget to cover the expenses of targeted district-wide mailings.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
That's it. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
And we
Yes.
just need to accept that report as well. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yeah, sorry.
I'm gonna do that
One
right
more
now.
motion.
Sure, I'll make a motion to accept
We're gonna make a motion to accept the finance committee report as presented.
So moved.
Do I have a
Second.
second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Chairman,
Who?
Mayor speaking.
Huh?
The mayor.
Oh, yes, Mayor.
so if we could just go back to chat 1 second about the recycling bins. We're monitoring that. We also checked on some additional pricing for more bins. I will tell you this, that as you know, when someone comes to retrieve a bin, we get the name, the address. We do have someone out there daily checking to see if those second bins are being used. So that it isn't a situation where people are picking up a bin, it's costing us $45 or $50, and they're not using it. I will tell you this, that for the most part, it appears as though the people are using them. So we did receive a price also, and we could come back to your committee to report this, but a lot of this happened today, as to the additional cost for another pickup or a weekly for recycling. Say it's $25,000 per year, but we're also thinking that we don't know how many people are going to request these bins, and it will be probably the payback might be in a couple of years, but it might be the right thing to continue, and I'm not positive, to issue those bins to those individuals that want it or need it. I want it, needed them. So just to let you know, we are monitoring it. We want to make sure that, you know, if you pick up a bin, you're going to be using it. Because, you know, at $50 a bin, you know, it adds up. But again, we also want to address on the other side of the coin, you know, the recycling costs, and to try to keep our costs down. So I thought I should report all that to you, and we'll keep you informed as to exactly what's going on. I want to say the number of bins that we've given out in the last week or two, and I got it written on my desk, I'd be lying, but it's substantial, by the way. I think it's about, maybe it probably cost us already close to $5,000, given these, you know, handing these bins out. But if you're going to use them and it's going to save on the trash, add to the recycling, might be the right thing to do at this point. We don't know yet. The jury's still out on that.
Yeah, Mayor, in the report, which I don't know if you have it, but I'd be happy to send it to you. We actually do mention that you have encouraged monitoring, making sure that people are actually using them. And then the other issue is we had the same exact thought. Councilman Di Lorenzo brought it up as well. We expected a spike in the beginning once people realized they could get it for free, and I'm sure it will level out. And then we'll keep monitoring over time. I did actually have one question for you. I know that people are told that they are to pick up the recycling bin, but then today somebody told me that in certain circumstances, the DPW has the ability to drop them off for like elderly or infirmed. How are we handling that?
Well, at this point, we want to be very, very careful with that, Kenny. And, we're telling everyone if they want the bin, they need to pick it up right now.
Okay.
We'll take it case by case. I'm not gonna, say to you, hey, look,
Right.
definitely not, you can't. But we want to be very, very careful of that because you think about this, the number of bins that we've given out in the last couple of weeks, we probably would have had 2 trucks on the road.
Yeah,
And, right now we're trying to catch up, get things ready for the winter.
right.
So it's an issue, but I will tell you this will be more than fair.
Yeah.
If people have got a legitimate reason. Again, we want to encourage them to recycle. So by not giving them a bin or by not helping them, then where are we going? It's like,
Right. And that's honestly, Mayor, that's exactly what I told them. I said, we're not going to be unreasonable, right? If there's a true need for a delivery, we would take it on a case by case basis. So I'll keep telling people the same, but advocate that they pick them up because you don't need to hire another person just to deliver.
Right. I will tell you this, if there was any question at this point in time, we really haven't heard of a major issue, but it might have only been a couple. Of all the bins that have been, given out, so but we'll stay on top of it.
Okay, thank you.
Mayor, Mayor, do you know how many there's been? Is it like 20, 100, 200? What are we talking about?
As far as the bins?
Yeah, how many have been requested?
Given out? I think we've given out probably about 100 bins, Mario.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why I'm saying it was about $5,000. So yeah, it's probably close to 100 because it was close to $5,000. So if the bin is $50,
Gonna be around 100.
yeah.
Mayor, when you have a second recycling bin and the truck picks it up, is there extra tonnage that we're paying for?
No, you don't pay for recycling.
Here's the point.
Right, it's all.
It's recycled, Stephen, and it's lessening the trash, which is
Right.
And we're gonna monitor it. I talk with the people at the resource recovery. They're gonna stay on top of it for us. And think about this though, for someone to request a second 95-gallon bin, which would be a headache to a lot of people. I mean, and they wanna use that, and they're gonna utilize that bin, then it's our job to give it to them. I mean, really.
Thank you.
Okay, anything else?
I believe that's it for finance.
Okay, we'll go to item number 21 now, tax addendum. Town council discussion and action, possible vote with regard to the list of tax addenda received from tax assessor in the amount of $1,628.63 for real estate and $37,666.07 for tangibles. Okay, I have a motion to accept $1,628.63 for real estate.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Okay, second by Mario. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, ayes have it. And now we got $37,666.07 for tangibles. Have a motion to accept that?
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
Second by Mario. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Item number 22, tax abatements under $1,000. Town council discussion and action, possible vote for the approval of the list of tax abatements under $1,000 received from the tax assessor in the amount of $999.06 for real estate and $454 for motor vehicles.
So
Need a
moved.
motion for
To abate.
to abate.
So moved.
All in favor? I mean, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Tax abatements over $1,000. Town council discussion and action, possible vote for the approval of a list of tax abatements over $1,000 received from the tax assessor in the amount of $18,028.92 for tangible.
Make a motion to refer that to the finance committee.
Do I have a
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion to adjourn,
So moved.
Moved.
second.
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 Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Hi, guys.
Good job.
Aye.
Have a good
night.
Thanksgiving, everybody.
Take care, guys. Stay safe.
You too, Mario.